him, while the fourth official is Daniel Berdurian, as the action is underway here at the Sheridan College in Oakville, Ontario, with the Oakville Blue Devils in a position. Early passes as the player gets knocked down as Haynes brings down Twiddle on the near sideline, and we got an early free kick for the Blue Devils on the near sideline. A couple other League One games are currently in action as well. We'll provide updates for you as they're both very important games to determine those final standings, as from third place all the way to 8th is a difference of 2 points. As we have a ball played into the corner for Twiddle. She does a nice little cutback, able to outdress the defense. As she tried to play across, but was walked in by the midfielder who tracked back. But the Oakville Blue Devils will retain possession as the ball will go all the way back for Hamdi, and she'll play it over to Cliff onto the far side of the field. Oveda, back it goes for Hamdi once again. Keep an eye out for the key players of the game. Looking over for Mahir Ali, 17 goals on this League One Ontario season. Keep an eye out for her in that center striking role to work with her teammates Twiddle up top to try to see if they can get Oakville the goals. Over on the Darby side, gotta keep it on the defense, but on the attack front, Tori Chia is that mainstay in the midfield. A lot of the play will go through her, as she likes to be that little central controlling force for the Darby FC squad. Today's League One Ontario action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of League One Ontario. Try the new Gatorade Frost today. Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool. Got a deep thrown for Darby FC, as we will talk to you more about those League One Ontario standings, what the League One playoffs entail, and what's going to be happening in the future later on as we progress into this game, as nobody's able to get a touch onto that thrown, and will go all the way out for a goal kick. Cliff is running up to play, give her a short option, and she will play her, as Oakville will put this one back into play. Oveda, she'll play a ball down the near side and finds Twiddle. Twiddle's able to hustle off of Haynes and is able to play a ball right up the middle, as the attack was still going and taking no chances as Harvey over on the far sidelines, and she'll play that ball out for throwing. As you have a couple players running in, Stratagakis coming in real tight. This is our second game for the Oakville Blue Devils. 2 goals in our first game as a mainstay player in League One Ontario, has been an all-star for many years. And it's a huge force to have on this Oakville Blue Devil squad, joining them at these later stages of the season and coming into playoffs. Ball is bouncing around. Kraft is able to get a poke onto that one, and she'll clear that away, and it'll be another throw-in yet again for the Blue Devils, as Cliff realized the shoelace was undone. Got to tie those up before putting that ball back into play. Try to play that one in for Ali. Ali's able to keep that one in to try and see if she gets knocked down. Trying to look for a call from the referee. Not going to give it though, and that ball's going to go out for a goal kick. Simpson, the referee for this match, had a good look onto that play. Saw nothing wrong there. Just 2 players battling for that ball over on that far corner. Molly Erickson coming with the goal kick. She took over for Spridgeon in the goalkeeping duties halfway through this League One Ontario season. And 6 games played, only 6 goals against, undefeated in the last 5 games have Darby FC been. So Erickson's done a great job taking over the reins of the goal for Darby FC and led them to a very sound defensive front for the squad. So Oakville Blue Devils, don't be counting out this defense for Darby FC, as this could be a potential first round matchup in the League One Ontario playoffs. Haynes giving this back for Erickson, who's going to clear this one out of play for throwing. And it'll be left in here for Merrigan to take in. She's going to look for some options, and she's going to send this one down the field. Stratagakis is going to battle for her on the corner. Might have taken a deflection off of her. Yes, it will. And Darby FC will get themselves a throw-in in their own area and try to settle this oncoming pressure coming in early from the Oakville Blue Devils. Pipkin, now with it. She's going to try and play it up the middle. Can't find anyone up the top. And it'll go right back into possession of Oakville with Malhado. Their pass though can't find anybody as Darby is able to intercept them. They're going to try to go down counter-attack the other way. But Hopkins' through ball won't be able to find a way through. Here comes the second opportunity. As Tui's going to try and put some pressure in. but Yerkes comes out of her goal with the nice shielding coming out from L1OW, and they'll be able to scoop up that free ball. The Oakville Blue Devils come in with a record of 10-2-0 in that first place position in League 1 Ontario standings, 2 points ahead of Ivana Zuri, with both of them having that one game remaining on to the season. So with that 2-point advantage, a win here would guarantee them that first place position. A tie would depend on the Vaughan result, as Vaughan did defeat Oakville Blue Devils, so they would actually jump ahead of them if they both would finish onto those 31 points. So Oakville will be looking for a draw here. So even though these two teams are insured in those playoffs, they're going to be fighting here as Darby can move up all the way as high as 4th place if they do pick up a win here themselves and get some home field advantage for the League 1 Ontario playoffs. So a lot at stake here in the seeding match and the final game of the League 1 Ontario season, as we have a nice run coming in from Ali. She'll play it onto the near side for Twiddle. Twiddle's going to cut into the edge of the area. She's going to try with the left foot, but Erickson will get down low and she'll be able to make the save. Good early pressure coming in from the Blue Devils, trying to find those open holes and trying to test out Erickson in goal. This one's going to be settled into the near side as Hipkin tries to run it out, but nice little job there from Merrigan, forces her out of play, and Darby will get themselves throwing around midfield. Leading goal scorer for Darby FC is Lorna Ruda. She's not in the lineup here today, so we got a round trip of scores here. Chia with 3 goals, Barton with 3, and Tui and Hipkin as well with 3 goals. So a lot of different options for goal scorers here for Darby FC on the attacking front. So keep an eye out for them. Some pressure being brought in from Cook, and Cook is able to pass it on to Wilson, and Wilson's trying to see if they can clear it away from the Oakville danger, but the action will still continue as there's a nice tackle there from Wilson, but the ball will find its way for Twiddle. Twiddle will cross this one in. Ali is able to settle this one. She's trying to dance away from the defense. She's trying to slide there is Cook to keep her in front of her, and Ali will take a tumble onto the penalty area after all those spins and turns, and Cook just lying on the ground trying to use her legs to block anyway to get in front of that goal, but not able to pull the trigger was Mahira Ali. 17 goals on the season, wasn't able to get 18 there. L1OW almost misses that one, and that invited a little bit of pressure coming in from the attack from Sheila Hopkins, and that will allow just a clearance from the Blue Devils as sort of a throw-in for Darby in Oakville territory. We'll go down the line, go battle over on the far corner, and it's going to be Oakville who comes out with this one, and they're going to pass it up to Ali. Ali's going to try and find Strategakis. She'll find her, and Strategakis is going to go one-on-one against Wilson. Try to go the outside. Wilson does a good job, though, to poke that ball away, but the attack will still continue. Back inside for Ali. Nice job to get away. She's going to try a low drive, and that one is just going to go wide of the goal as Erickson, realizing that one was just going to go by, let that one go right past the body and out for a goal kick. It's always very difficult as a goalkeeper when you're making that dive and you know that ball's going to play. You kind of have to hold back your dive to make sure you don't get a piece of that ball to ensure there won't be any sort of corner kick or rebound if you do mishandle it. That kick will find its way into the midfield, and Darby will be able to pick up the ball as the ball goes into the near side for Hipkin. Hipkin's going to play this one down the line for Chia. Chia's going to try and play this one, and she finds Tui as Tui's going to bring this one into the near corner. She's got 2 blue jerseys on her, and she's going to try and find some support. She finds Hipkin. Hipkin tries to play across. Chia with the back heel. As far as there's a shot from distance, and Mirko will be able to get down as that cross found its way in for Hopkins, and Hopkins was able to pull the trigger with the left foot, and it forced Yersa to dive towards her left and keep that save in front of her, as well as to ensure there was no rebound in sight, as there's a clearance coming down the other way, and Oakville might have themselves a counterattack, as there's a nice move coming in on that far side, as Miami was able to dodge that Darby defender. Gia, though, is able to pick it up for Darby, and we have an end-to-end game here early in these opening 10 minutes as Hopkins will pick it up. She's going to play it on to the near side for Hipkin. Going one-on-one, pass off to Tui. They'll play a little 1-2. Now Hipkin's got some space. She's going to cross this one in. She finds Hopkins once again. Hopkins trying to see if she can find herself some space. Not able to. They'll get cleared away as far as Kraft. Kraft over for Harvey. Harvey's cross. Nicely played, but no white jerseys inside. That's going to be an easy grab for Yersin. And they're going to try to settle this play down, get some momentum, get some possession going back right into Oakville's favor once again. This is what you get with this Darby FC squad. Very physical, but very, you could say it's almost an annoying team to play against. They're very pesky, hard to deal with. As Oakville's finding out here early, as there's a cross from Tweddle, switching it over to the far side of the field. Harvey's able to get down to that ball first. She gets tripped up, but the referee will allow play to continue. And here it comes into the inside of the penalty area for Ali. Ali trying to turn with it, but onto her back was Cook. And Cook is able to hit it right back out of that penalty area. Andy settling this ball right down. She's going to utilize her goalkeeper, and they're going to possibly look to play it on the near side, but a little bit of a fake there. And Yerkson instead is just going to boot this one up the field. She's able to find Ali, who's able to dance around the midfield. She'll play a ball down the near side for Merrigan, who will head this one up for Tweddle. Tweddle back for Merrigan. Nicely taken away there as it gets brought up by Wilson. Over to Chia, finds Tui. Tui though tried to turn around, but Mojado did a great job holding down her position and just poking that ball away. And Oakville once again getting that position, but Darby just being pesky right now, putting a little bit of a higher press onto this Oakville defense, not giving them the time of day to just knock the ball around. They just want to push them and see if they can force a turnover onto the Oakville defensive front. But this is going to allow some exposure on their own defensive play, as Ali's 8-1 through once again. She's got two white jerseys on here, as Wilson though will get that ball away, and we have a corner kick coming for the Oakville Blue Devils. And once again, that presence just being felt there from the Oakville attack and forcing the Darby defense, having to put multiple players on Ali to be able to get that ball away from her. Two other games currently going on in the League One Ontario women's action. FC London is currently up against Alliance 7-1 in that one. Kovacevic already picking up a hat trick and a couple assists into that game. And Woodbridge is also currently up on to OSU in another important seeding match. So Woodbridge could find themselves moving up from 7th place and get to possibly getting themselves some home field advantage in 4th place. Nothing happens there on the corner kick, as Poveda is going to try and see if she can work on to the far side of the field. Can't get it, but good defense coming in from Olivia Cook is going to leave that ball out for Harvey to take this throw in. Darby FC, we mentioned they were undefeated in the last 5 games. They had a very slow start to the season towards that bottom of those League One and Tier standings, and you can say that huge comeback game against Hamilton United kind of set in motion a little bit of a strong second half of the season for Darby FC, where they tied Unionville 1-1 last week. But wins against Hamilton, Oshawa, Dero United, and Aurora gave them huge points to get them into these League One Ontario playoffs. So with those games here, we will of course have a League One Ontario new champion here in 2019, as Durham United, with a tie against FC Oshawa earlier, will not make the playoffs. So they did squeak in last year, Durham did, taking that final place position to get to those League One Ontario playoffs, and made a couple of upsetting matches, winning in penalties against Woodbridge, but nothing here this year, as they are just going to be sitting on the outside looking in, as will Dero United, who will also be sitting 1 point outside of those League One Ontario playoffs. Some good passes going between the defense, and Erickson will hit it up to the field. Oakville is able to go around, and Jadek Atkins will get tripped up on that challenge coming from Cook, and this is a great free kick opportunity in a very dangerous area, and they're not going to wait for a wall. They're going to take this one quickly. No wall was in place for Erickson, and Ali recognized that and tried to use that opportunity to catch the Darby FC defense sleeping a little bit and try to go for goal, but not enough power onto that one, as Erickson was able to jump towards her left and make the catch. But her clearance won't find any white jerseys, as Oakville will retain possession around midfield. Merrigan with a deep throw. I'm not too sure if that one went into play. Yes, it did, said the assistant referee, Kevin Kim. This time it's going to be a Darby FC throw. Oakville Blue Devils, our last game, they took home a victory as well, 2-0 over Aurora. They're also on a 3-game winning streak with a 2-1 win against Woodbridge and an 8-0 victory against Unionville 2 weeks ago. They're coming in on a high as well as they're leading on to try to start a strong front into the playoffs. Nice little 1-2 in the midfield as Hipkins is not going to get scared up. Tui's going to play this one right back into Hipkins. He's going to battle with Twide along this near side. He's going to get some help here from Merrigan, and that ball is able to get poked free. That'll be a throw for Darby. Some good movement, quick touches coming into the midfield with Kraft and Hipkin getting into the action for Darby. Going down to the feet. A little bit of a trip up there from Hamdi. That's going to get called from the referee as Hopkins is going to give herself some space here. She'll leave the ball for Thornton to take. Chuck that Cook is running up to take this one. Olivia Cook waiting for this option. A lot of the players from Darby setting up more towards the far post right now as Hamdi and Malhado trying to set up a good line around the penalty mark. Oh my God, I love that. Here comes the cross play there from Cook. Looked like she went for that one for goal, but she hit this one nicely for 3 points in between the goal posts. And that won't count here in this game, as instead it will be a goal kick instead for the Blue Devils. As there are 16 minutes in here in the opening half on this League 1 Ontario women's action, no score between Darby FC and the Oakville Blue Devils. And an important seeding match between two teams who have already qualified for the League 1 Ontario playoffs. No surprise there, Cook went for goal. There's a very deep line, you could say, from the Blue Devils. Normally you see from that type of distance, a lot of teams will set up onto the edge of their penalty area. As this one's going to be offside, going against Eliashu on the hustle, trying to make it up the field. Ran past Wilson there. And once that through ball was played, she was ahead of Wilson. And that's, I believe, would be a good call there for the assistant referee. But yeah, from shot from the distance, normally see teams line up onto the edge of that penalty area when that cross is played in to allow more space for the attackers to run in and get a flick on. But this one around the penalty mark, so it didn't give, as that one gets played in, gives a bit of a crowd, and it's very tough for goalkeeper Yerkes to come out of her goal possible to get onto that cross. So yeah, that's something to look out for later on. If you have a through ball, somehow finding Hopkins who's on side, she's going to flip this one over and into the goal! And Darby FC will get the action going in as there's a through ball getting looped up in the air from Cook, and Hopkins was found onside, able to control that ball and sees the oncoming goalkeeper come onto her, trips it over her, and in the 18th minute, Sheila Hopkins will get the goal to put Darby FC ahead of this one. Hopkins, that's her 3rd goal of the season. And that's a huge 1-0 lead for Darby FC. I see how the Blue Devils will respond. They're going to go right onto the attack as Twiddle's going to battle for that ball into the near corner. Nicely
Darby FC goal scored by number 19, Sheila Hopkins.
American is going to
time of the goal, 18 minutes.
Good battle.
Sheila Hopkins, 18 minutes.
He's going to pass it off, trying to find an alley. Clearance the shot from distance, but that's going to be caught. Poveda tried a shot there from distance. Couldn't find at the back of the goal as it was right into the waiting hands of Erickson to make the save. And that's what we see normally from this Darby FC squad. It's a team, you don't see many huge results going against this team. They're very pesky and annoying. And that's an example right there. They can seemingly pull out plays out of nothing, as we've seen in the previous League 1 Ontario broadcast, making some good clutch comebacks to get themselves some wins and some key points into those ones. Deep throw coming in from Marion. Trying to keep it in was Kayami. Do so, and it will get ourselves another throw in for Oakville's Marion. This one's going to be brought down. Let's see if they can play this one down the line from Yaku. Yaku goes past, a little bit too strong to get on to Twiddle, however. And will go up for a goal kick. Sheila Hopkins picking up the 3rd goal of the season. Puts it Darby FC up 1-0 here in this League 1 Ontario Women's Broadcast. We are 20 minutes into the game here and it's been a very tight affair and a very hot and humid day in Oakville, Ontario. Temperatures rising above 30 degrees here onto the field. So you can also look onto that as a factor. Darby FC, only 3 players on their bench here today, going against a full squad in the Oakville Blue Devils. So substitutes as we go into the later stages of this game may prove to be a factor, as the temperatures will cause some fatigue here, most likely, as we get into the later stages of the second half. With the throw, trying to find 2. She's got 2 players on her. She's not able to win it. They're going to try to go the other way. Try to Gakis now. She plays it into the right side for Kayami. Erickson, recognizing that, comes out of her goal and cleared away. But Twiddle will keep this one in play. She didn't want that ball to go out for a corner. L1OW through the midfield, headed away by Kraft. There's a foul there. It looked like it hit him one of the hands of one of the players, but the referee will allow play to continue, as that one's going to get poked away by Ali. A little bit of a tactical switch coming in early for the Blue Devils scene, and here Ali switching sides with Rosalind Kayami. As Kayami's now onto this near side of the field, as the referee allows play to continue, as we have seen physicality starting to pick up here in the game. Twiddle trying to control that one. Able to pick it off, and there's a pass there from Kraft getting intercepted. A little back and forth play going in right now as both teams are trying to get control of this ball. Wilson trying to play this one up the middle, trying to find her attackers up top. L1OW goes able to get it, and she'll play into the midfield for Pofeda. Is it for Ali? Ali, here comes the through ball in for Shadagak. It's a great challenge there coming out from Cook, and she's able to poke that ball away. Important timing, one of the toughest things to do as a center back. Find that great timing to avoid connecting with the foot of the player inside of that penalty area, as you know the consequences if you mistime that type of challenge. Ali back heels it right over to Cliff, who gets across there. Shadagakis just gets a touch onto that one, and Twiddle will still be able to control this one. She's trying to find her way in through. Good job there from Haynes, able to get it off of her, and she's going to give it off to Wilson, who will just hit it off the oncoming Twiddle, and will go out for a goal kick. Great chance there. Shadagakis got a piece of that header, just not enough of it though to put that one onto the Darby FC goal. And Twiddle there just overran it. Had to settle down her run to continue to put on the pressure. Wasn't able to put that one into the open goal. L1OW able to pick up that ball into the midfield. Gets it over back to Cook. Cook down to the right side. Gets it played in through by Harvey. Harvey's pass a little too strong for Hopkins. And they're saying these type of heat and type of games, if you're not getting to that ball, you don't want to tire yourself out too much and not waste your energy going in for those through balls you're not going to be able to get, as you have a hard battle team, a couple Oakville players into the midfield, and they will still be able to pick up that ball as Shadagakis now is going to try and see if she can carry it the other way and go on an attack for the Blue Devils. But there's a nice block coming in on the first side as the second opportunity almost was found there once again. Veda still picking it up as she tried to play it in for Ali, but Cook all over her back, didn't allow Ali to turn, and she took a little bit of a stumble, crashing into the defender, and that's going to allow that third ball to go all the way towards the Darby FC keeper. As I mentioned, Darby FC, a very slow start to the season, 4 straight losses to start up their season. Picked up some huge results as of late though, and that's what made them a late charge into these playoffs. One of the toughest teams probably to play against in this type of situation, as there's a knock from behind. Ali looks signaling towards the referee. Simpson, nothing going to be called there though, and the actual opportunity, Ali felt like she was hacked in from behind on that situation. The attack will still continue as the ball gets played in for Twiddle. Twiddle's going to attack. She gets around Hayes. Here comes Twiddle. Leaves it for Kayami. Turns shot. Great save from Erickson. Rebound. No. Hits bar down and now the third chance. Unable to go in, as it's going to be called back regardless for an offside. But a great save from Molly Erickson, as she was able to get to her right to Rob Miami up close. Great touch from the striker from Oakville, and an even better save. And unfortunately, Ali getting caught for offside. One bar down and out. I don't think that one crossed the goal line. Didn't matter regardless, but a great chance there for the Blue Devils to tie that one up. But still, 25 minutes into this League One Ontario women's game, it's 1-0 for Darby FC. As the referee will use this time here to signal for a water break between these two teams, as we'll take a few seconds here towards a break as we let you keep an update on the other action going on in League One Ontario. Like we said, a very busy day and a lot of important action. So Vaughan and Aurora are underway here. 20 minutes into that game, no score between them.
The teams will now take a short water break.
Full time in FC London and Alliance. FC London pulled out the victory 7-1 over Alliance, so that will move them to a guaranteed third place in the League One Ontario standings. So FC London will get that home field advantage against the 6th place finishing team. We have another final score as well, and it's Woodbridge taking home the victory 6-0 over OSU. So Woodbridge rolls into 22 points, and they're currently sitting in 4th place. A couple games still remaining in the standings. I will take a quick breather here, and we'll get back to you with more first half action. Woodbridge in Ottawa.
21 short.
21 to 0. The two teams who made the playoffs.
Blue Devil substitution.
Nelson Laws just joined us.
Leaving the field, number 11, Maria Poveda.
That's why I recognize the name.
Entering the field, number 20, Danielle Viss. Time of the substitution, 27 minutes.
During the welcome back here for the continuation of the first half here on this League One Ontario One's action, as it's going to continue here with a throw-in. As we had a substitution coming out here for the Oakville Blue Devils. Daniela Viss has entered the game for the Blue Devils, and she'll replace in the midfield. I believe it was Poveda she took off, and we'll confirm with that in just a second here. But another change coming in from Coach Yaku, trying to see down 1-0. They don't want to give Darby any more chances. They want to see if they can get this game tied up, as there's a deep throw coming in from Merrigan. But that's going to go right to the waiting hands of Erickson. Just going to roll this one out for Cook. As Cook is going to play a long ball off the field. And this one's going to get by Hamby. And here comes Hopkins once again, trying through it. Makes a save. And that was very dangerous there for the Oakville goalkeeper, as she got herself caught in almost no man's land there, kind of in between charging out onto the attack or getting pulled back towards the net. But she realized with Hopkins, you have to put a little bit of pressure on her, and Yerxa did a great job getting towards the left and making a huge save from allowing Hopkins to make this a 2-0 game. Another clearance away, as Darby FC will get themselves yet another throw-in into Oakville territory. Oakville has had a majority of possession chances here so far here in this opening half, but it'll be Darby FC who has that open goal, and they're continuing to put the pressure in here as they're trying to see if they can find themselves a second. They've been very influential in front of that goal, as there's a cross right in, trying to find Katui. Malado, though, is able to get to that one first, and a second giant stare gets cleared away by Yaku, and now Oakville has a chance to come the other way as Miami is able to pick up that ball. Passes it over to Ali. She tries to force this one right back in for Miami, and Erickson does a great job once again. Comes hustling out of her goal. As Darby will keep this one in the play, though. Nice hustle coming in from Pitkin, and Tui and Pitkin are going to work together to keep that onto the attack for Darby. They're able to find Chia. She passes it over to Kraft. Kraft is going to switch it over to the far side of the field, finds Harvey. Now Harvey's got some space in front of her. She's going to send it to her wing as they're going to try and cross this one over. Can't find a white jersey. But Hipkin pitches it up onto the far post. She's going to clear on her back. She's now going to drive her way past American. Is this one going to to the other side, and the pokes it right through. Great chance onto the far side. And that was Thornton who had a great opportunity as they get the crossover, and it looks like she put that one right back across the goal as they try to find at the back of the net. Not able to put it home was Thornton. And this game still remains 1-0 as we've reached the half-an-hour mark. Too felt like she got pushed into the back there. Referee Sean Simpson has kept the whistle down for the most part here in this game as he gets involved in the play there, blocking that ball up the field. Intercepted from Darby. She's got two players into the central of the field trying to find some options, doesn't find any, and she's going to utilize Thornton to cross this one over to the far side of the field, trying to get over to Hipkin as American, and I believe that's Vince, a little miscommunication between the two of them, but they're able to figure it out as the ball gets into the near side for Toronto. Kelly back to Viss. Viss is going to try and send that through ball out to get onto the run of Yaku, a little bit too aggressive as Erickson will settle down. This is what you see from this Darby FC squad. Utilize that defense, play that long ball up to try to get up to those strikers, and then have the rest of the team move up as they use Hopkins as that target player up top on this Darby FC squad. Wilson finds Chia. Chia tried to find the pass over to Hopkins, couldn't find her. And there's a clearance. This one could be dangerous as this gets settled up, and Stratigakis is able to take it away from Cook. 1-on-1, and it will be Stratigakis putting it home. And the Oakville forced a turnover, and Stratigakis made them pay as she slides it into the low corner. And the Oakville Blue Devils have tied it up on the Sheridan College 1-1 with Stratigakis' third goal of the season in the 42nd minute. And unfortunately against this Oakville Blue Devils squad who is scored by L1OW of the season, you gotta be playing almost perfectly in the back line, as you can't afford to make the back line, as Oakville will make them pay, as they're going to try to see if they can go onto the attack again. It's Miami now onto the far corner. She's got Stratigakis nearby, but she's going to try to take it herself as she tries a low drive, but that one goes by the low goal. And if you're Darby FC right now, you're going to try to find anything you can to slow the play down, get that, I guess you could say, momentum and pace of play back in towards your favor, as you had more success with that into the opening, I could say the opening half of the first half before the water break. Stratigakis in her second game with the Oakville Blue Devils' third goal of the season. It was a dangerous ball. When they played that ball up, you can see that ball kind of hit like a balloon, almost dropping, and Cook tried to adjust her run, wasn't able to, and Stratigakis just poked that ball away. One-on-one with the keeper, and when you're a keeper and you're not having that attacker coming at you at full speed and not necessarily needing to, it's much more dangerous, as they have much more time and patience to look up and locate that place into the goal they want to shoot that ball into. That's what Stratigakis did right there. The action will continue as Hipkin is able to try to win that ball away. Not able to, as Twyla able to poke that back to American. And Oakville's going to try to play that ball through the midfield, but that pass won't find Viss. And now here comes Darby FC the other way with Chia. Chia's pass gets intercepted by Malhado as they try to find Tui up top. Twyla trying to dance around Haynes. Twyla's had her way with her so far in this first half. She tries to once again. That one looked more like a mix between a cross and a shot. And that will go right to Erickson. Okay, ladies and Lord, Twyla's had a great job so far on this near side, battling against Nicole Haynes. And it's been mostly Twyla who's won the battle so far. So you saw Wilson almost shifting over there, leaving the middle a little bit more exposed to help out her defender onto that attack. So if you're in the Oakville attackers, you're going to want to keep an eye on that and see if Wilson continues to shift over to help out their fullbacks. And that leaves Cook wide open by herself into the center back positions. Yaku's ball in the middle, can't find anyone, and Viss plays it back towards Malhado. Malhado's going to try and send a through ball up the middle of the field. Cook is able to get that one through the air as Ali's claiming for a handball, as the referee will play advantage as Chia got tripped up onto the midfield. Hipkin, Hopkins, now to Tui trying to advance with the ball to get around Malhado. It's going to utilize Hipkin, who's joined up onto the attack as Tui continues to battle herself into the near corner. She tries to cross, that gets blocked there as Hamdi does a good job shifting over. The clearance goes as far as Hopkins, who tried to switch it over to the far side, didn't get a good touch there. As he also continues, Haynes gets knocked off the ball by Ali, who is coming back to help out her team, and it'll be a free kick for Darby FC's Cook, who's going to run up to take this one. So we've already seen one substitution into this first half as this came on for Poveda here in the opening half, changing to the central midfield. As Cook is going to make sure she gets the space here from the referee. Here comes the ball from Cook, played towards that far post. Chia and Malhado went head-to-head to try to get to that one. Malhado was able to get to that one first. As that clears from Handy, it's off the back of the Darby FC player, and there'll be a throw-in deep into Oakville territory. And these are always very dangerous as a defensive team when you have a throw-in deep in your own area, as an attacking force can really contain you into a corner and win that ball off a throw-in. As they're going to try to once again here, and Darby will get to that first ball, and he will continue here with Hopkins. Hopkins is going to try a shot, not much onto that one, but that's the dangers of having that near side throw. You need to drop back more players into score when you have that throw in your own corner. As the turnover is very likely as that pressure onto Guido coming in from Haynes gets that ball poked aside. As Merrigan, we've seen some deep throw-ins being played in from her. Going to try to utilize that deep throw once again. As that throw will get by Wilson. Ali had a chance to go for that one, but realized she'd rather take the corner kick instead. Didn't want to take a risk into possibly running after that one. Maybe took a touch, mishandling it. These corner kicks said, we have two players coming in. Will they play the short? Ali will play the short as Darby wasn't able to jump onto it quickly. Now they are able to, as hustling to get back in position was Hopkins, who's joined in from the attack in front as all 11 players from Darby FC came back, as now Biss will try to shot from distance. That's going to hit the upright, and now will go out for a goal kick. Darby recognizing those two players coming to the shore. Hopkins seeing that from the attacking player. She's the lone player up the field, hustled all the way back to help out our defense and put all 11 players in behind the ball. Try to find a way to the hips and gets it poked aside. Once again, tries to see if she can turn it. It's a back for Kraft. Tries to send it up the field towards Tui, and it gets cleared up the field. Back and forth as Wiles hustling back. She's going to battle with Hipkin. This time it'll be Hipkin who will win this as Hopkins places this one high in the air. Little ping pong back and forth as it finally gets settled in by Darby. Hopkins has some space. She might be able to get a shot. It takes a little deflection, and now Tui might get to that one. And she'll collide with the Yerxa there. Yerxa coming in a little bit slow edge. Gets a little pop back from the attacker from Darby FC. She's going to look like she'll need a few seconds here after that collision between the two players hustling to get on the end of that ball. Not too sure though, as they're going to call for the attention of the training staff. It looks like maybe she got connected to in the face. It might be cut here will be Rachel Yerxa, so the training staff will hustle up onto the field here as we have a little stoppage into the play. A little bit of a cut onto the face there. Further goalkeeper trying to stop the bleeding possibly before we allow play to continue here. So we can almost add it as an additional water break here in this first half as the goalkeeper gets attained to. Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and is the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. That is Sports Engine. For all your information on rosters, match previews, recaps, video, photography, and more, go to L1OW.com. All matches are recorded and available on the League One Ontario YouTube channel by the next day. And keep an eye out for the highlight packages, as well as the feature video magazine called the 12th Man, which focuses on spotlighting talent from all across the league onto the League One Ontario YouTube. This last week, they took an inside look onto Aurora FC, so you want to learn a little bit more on the scenes on the Aurora squads. Make sure to check them out. L1OW, I believe, is the backup goalie for the Oakville Blue Devils. Looks like she's getting herself warmed up as well onto the sidelines. As they're going to try to allow this time here. It's a good play between the players, and you can almost count it as it was a 50-50 ball as Tui was running in there and Yerkes coming in with speed. Tui did try to slow down her run as they went on to the attack there, and it just looks like when she tried to poke that ball away, wasn't able to get it back. It's going to continue here. This right here, this League One Ontario right now. Keeping an eye out for the other games going on right now. It was a 7-1 victory for FC London over the victory over OSU. Don is currently in action as well. They're 0-0 with Lawrence. The game for these Oakville. Oakville's trying to find the 3 points in this one, and then Vaughn cannot pick up at least a victory. Oakville's result will not matter.
We are wise. We know there's always tomorrow.
Some tough goalkeeping that you'll love to see it. As she'll be able to continue. Into the play, trying to find our 2 players onto the near side of the field, couldn't find either of them, however, and Darby FC will get themselves a throw-in as time is starting to click down. I believe we'll have quite a number of minutes into this first half. This one gets poked away by Merrigan. It's a deeper throw-in this time now for Darby. That ball away. She's going to use Yaku to try to hit the ball to the hustling cover back was Haynes. They got out of position, did a great job getting back into our left full back position to be able to head that one aside for a throw in that allowed the team to get back into shape. Merrigan with the deep throw this time, trying to get Ali, and that's the fortunate bounce as it bounces over the defender. And now here comes Ali trying to get around Wilson. She's going to drive onto the outside. It is Ali now cut back. And a little one touch, too much though there. Wilson is able to recover and win that attack, and Darby trying to go the other way, but Hipkin can't keep that one in place. That ball just goes over the touchline and out for a throw-in. Ali showing some great presence there onto the attack. She's going to try and do so here once again on the near corner. She's able to do a nice little cut back into the edge of the penalty area. Gets to the edge. Shadagakis tried to go to the outside, but Cook was able to poke that ball away, and she's going to use Chia to work that ball up the field. Tui working up with Hitkin, trying to work it up the middle. Chia's joining onto the attack as they keep blocking those opportunities as this ball rolls all the way back to Yerkson in goal. As she'll utilize Andy and Cliff to work this ball up the field for the Blue Devils. We reach the 45-minute mark, and it's 5
The fourth
minutes.
official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 5 minutes added extra time. A minimum of 5 minutes of added extra time.
In Oakville, Ontario, Seal Hopkins got the action started early for Darby FC, and it was returned by Sarah Stradakakis for the Oakville Blue Devils. And this tied game, but this could change here as Yaku tries to drive her way in through. Can't get by Wilson. Picking that ball up, tries to play it up the left side. Can't find Hipkin. Tui drops back. Kraft looks to switch it over to Thornton as Miami's able to hustle back to block that opportunity. Now they're going to try to go the other way. Shadagakis touches it back for Cliff, who's going to play a through ball off the left side for Ali to run onto. Ali to settle it. Has a couple players running into the penalty area. Has Shadagakis wide open. She's able to control it. And a low drive into the goal! And Ali and Shadagakis work together. Shadagakis made a great run down the middle, found herself wide open, and she's able to drive it by Erickson as they increase the lead to 2-0 with a second goal of the game over RBFC. And she somehow made a great run, just got herself in behind the two center backs.
Blue Devils goal scored in extra time by number 9, Sarah Stradakakis.
No chance for Erickson in goal. And the Blue Devils get a huge goal
Extra
right before this halftime break. As Darby FC was trying to see if they can cling on to the draw. And the Blue Devils taking the lead here. It's going to force a different style of play coming out from Darby FC going into the halftime break and entering the second half. Waddle trying to see if she can continue. She's going to hustle away by Wilson as she gets a low drive. Ali does a dummy there. Was expecting Shadagakis to be in behind her. As there she is, and Erickson makes the save. There goes Cliff on the initial opportunity, and it got cleared away to Shadagakis. Erickson, I think, expected a little bit more speed on that shot. Had to hold herself in the air. She looked to be on the way down, but still kept the hand up high enough to deflect that one over the bar for the corner kick. A tough save coming in from the Darby FC keeper. Erickson, you could say, one of the main focus points on this Darby FC squad of why they've had such a strong second half of this League 1 Ontario season. Nicely won in the air by Wilson, gets cleared as far as Viss. Viss is going to put this one right back in, and Erickson makes the jumping grab. Looking for some space there from the Oakville player in the central roll down as Wilson's pass. Can't find the players in Oakville, trying to find one more attack before the halftime break. It's a play down to the left side, and there's a shot, and another save coming in from Erickson. And it was Quidel hustling through on the left flank, able to get in through the defense, and Darby FC's just running out of steam here in this first half as Oakville is trying to pound it on, trying to see if they can get themselves a third goal going into the halftime whistle. Another corner kick. This one's going to go towards the near post. Erickson calls for that one, punches that one, doesn't get much of a clearance on it though. She's going to utilize Kraft though to be able to hit this one up the field. Now Hopkins trying to see if she can go the other way, but she gets a good battle coming in between her and the defense of Viss. Viss picks this ball up. Finds Yaku. Yaku's ball trying to hit him. He doesn't get a good touch on that one though. Gets in front of her, and Darby FC. Looks like they're just waiting. They want this halftime whistle to come. They're going to take as much time as they can before playing this game in play. It's at very hot temperatures out here on the field, over the 30-degree mark in this game. He definitely a factor, and especially with the Darby FC squad, few players onto the bench, just 3 changes. They're going to have to look towards these starters to put on some long shifts here in this hot weather. Clarence gets both side and out. This time it's a deeper throw, and we've seen American have some deep throw-ins, and when you have someone who has that type of throw-in, it's almost acting like a corner kick in these type of situations, where they're able to put that ball dangerously up towards the young area and the goal area. And it's always a great weapon to have on your team when you have someone who has the capabilities of being able to throw the ball in that deep. Throwing, Wilson has to get it high to clear it away with this, trying to keep that ball in front of her. She's going to slide into a Darby FC player, and there's a shot from distance from L1OW as the referee will blow the play down. Darby FC in the white, go to your left, to your right on your screens at home, and then all blue is the Oakville Blue Devils, going from the right towards your left. I'm your play-by-play host, Martin Holmes. Here as we're back underway. It was an injury time goal coming in from Sarah Stradigatis, which gave them a huge 2-1 lead into a game where Oakville Blue Devils want to finish in first place in those League One Ontario standings. A win here would guarantee them that first place finish in the standings. Elsewhere going on in League One Ontario, FC London took home a victory over Alliance. Woodbridge defeated OSU, and no score at halftime between Vaughan and Aurora. And the third match going on here as the bunch of teams, besides you have Oakville and Vaughan on the top of the standings, and then there's a huge gap where teams separated by only 2 points from 3rd all the way to 8th in the standings. Very tightly wound, as well as former League One champions Durham not making it to the League One Ontario playoffs this year, so we'll have a brand new champion guaranteed this season, as Hamdy's going to lob this one in off to the free kick. As a second chance getting brought in there as Wilson collides with the player as it goes out to the other side, and it gets snapped and field towards Illman. Illman shoves off to the player and she'll get called for an early foul. She's checked into the game as a halftime substitution to replace Emma Tui as the lone substitution in the halftime break. So a new striker up top for Darby FC as the action does continue in here in the midfield towards this. She came on as a substitute replacing Poveda, but around 25 minutes into the first half. Darby FC, the action going on early with the goal coming in from Sierra Hopkins as she came on the break and checked with the goalkeeper Yerta. But it was 2 goals coming in from Sarah Stradigatis, so the second one coming in on injury time, which gave the Blue Devils this 2-1 lead here on this League One Ontario broadcast. Let's thank everyone who's tuned in for this game as Darby will control around the midfield. Stone try to play it up the line as Harvey was making an overlap run as it gets cleared away on this partly cloudy Sunday afternoon here. Temperatures around 32 degrees Celsius. Very hot and humid day here in Oakville, Ontario for this game. So you've got to try to find whatever energy you can to play the full 90 minutes here on this final game of the League One Ontario season before we advance towards the playoffs, as this will get to her for Oakville, and she'll hit it up the field as far as Cook. Cook's ball up with her, trying to be kept in play by Thornton, not able to, and it'll be a throw-in for the near side for Cliff for Oakville. Throwing in, finds Stradigatis. She's able to hold her balance as the referee waves advantage. Gets tricked on the second one there. Nothing there on that one though, as the referee found there to be enough advantage there to not call this one back. The pressure from Stradigatis, but Hopkins is able to control that ball. She dropped into more of a central midfield position here in the second half as Elman has now gone up as a striker. Some good pressure coming in from the far side from Hipkin versus Meriden to hit that one out of play for Rowan. Finds a player into the midfield. It's able to the side as it gets played on Stradigatis. Dancing one-on-one against Harvey. Gets a low drive in, but can't get it by Cook. And the second clearance will be hit up the field by Thornton. She's able to find Hopkins as Hopkins tries to get away from Yaku. Yaku does well to win it back, but she hits it right to Cook. And Darby FC will get the possession right back towards their favor. Thornton trying to play down the line, trying to find Chia. That got read though there by Cliff. And now Cliff is going to try to see if she can start an attack to go the other way for Oakville. And her pass will go in behind her midfielder. And we'll have a throw in for Darby FC. Raft is down towards the left side as American's going to try to hustle it on. Looks like she lost her balance, trying to continue on her run. As we got some Oakville fans trying to think there was a foul there, nothing getting called. He's saying the referee's not saying he's allowed a lot of this play to continue here. He's kept the whistle mostly down throughout this entire game so far. Looks like it'll be continue here in this second half. Yes, able to control for Oakville. She tries to play it up. Fan trying to find Ali. Ali set up that second goal with a nice little cross. As they have a chance coming in as Hopkins finds her way through and just can't put it into the goal. Not sure if that took a deflection, but that one somehow curls all the way out for a goal kick right by the corner flag as she got sent in almost identical towards the first goal she scored. This time, though, she wasn't able to find the back of the net this time as it gets cleared out for the goal kick. Asila Hopkins getting very close to picking up her second goal of the game. Harvey all over the back of Strategakis. That's going to get called by the referee as Cliff wants to put this one back into play in quickly. This is one right at Wilson for Darby, and Chia will be able to put this ball in the midfield as she'll hit it back for Harvey first time. Illman and Mojado, good battle in the air. That one was won by Illman, and that's going to allow Darby to continue. Kraft. She gets that ball right back, does Kraft. Trying to play it through on the left side. Illman doesn't look like she was ready for that through ball. She was expecting it more towards her right rather than her left. Got caught off a little bit of balance, and that's going to allow Yerkes to get that ball out from the edge of the penalty area and beat this one right down the field. As this one will go right towards Erickson. We'll likely try to play this one in short. We see Darby try to play it short towards their defense, then play the long ball up towards their forwards in that first half. And we see so once again as Harvey gets it in for Hopkins and can't keep that one into play. As a second opportunity as now Harvey trying to find Illman, can't find her this time as Mojado gets in the way. Good battle by touchline, and this time it's going to go up forward. Oakville throwing as Darby just wants to clear it away to allow her teammates to get back into position. And it'll be Cliff getting ready to take this throw, and that should be up the field. Ball towards the near corner, trying to shake herself away from Cook. Might have got herself in space as Cook misses the sign challenge, puts it up for Ali. Into the open ball. And the two work together once again as they increase their lead by 3-1 over Darby in that huge 3-goal advantage. As this time it's Strategakis getting up Ali for her 18th goal of the season in the 33rd minute. And that was all Strategakis with some brilliant movement. That's the tricky situation of being that strong position. We've seen Cook make some very nice time sliding challenges on the edge of the goal. This time, though, she tried to slide the challenge. It's a do-or-die situation. If you miss it, you're out of the play. And this time, it is the challenge this time, and that allows Strategakis to drive onto the edge of the penalty area. She finds Ali waiting wide open on the edge of the goal area. She taps it into the open goal. No chance for Erickson once again. And that's what allows Oakville to get this third goal of the game. Strategakis 2 goals and an assist now in this game. Trying to attack the other way. It's onside for Illman. Illman gets around, and that's the charge challenge from Yerksa. And that's going to be at least a card. And it's going to be a yellow card for the goalkeeper, as Illman was all alone. And that's a tough situation as the player was one-on-one with the keeper trying to get around, and Yerksa, as your goalkeeper, if you're not getting towards that ball, you take that man down every single time. You take the yellow card and the free kick every single time, and this time it's going to be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. And you got to say that's smart goalkeeping right there from the Oakville goalie, Rachel Yerksock. She picks up the yellow card. As we see some screams coming from the Darby faithful, looking for a red card onto that challenge. 4 players in the wall. Sheila Hopkins on the free kick. The left foot curls it around just too high though, as she fires it over the bar. Try to see if she can find a little bit of the left-footed curl into the corner as it goes out for the kick. As we can see, fourth official Daniel Badurian having a conversation with Coach Yaku over the sideline. He seems very riled up about something. Something must have happened, maybe on the edge of that penalty area on the cross, or must have missed something. The coach and the fourth official having some words as the play continues now for the Blue Devils. As Ali is able to shake away Wilson. Wilson trying to find her way back. And the referee waves the hands off there on that challenge. As Wilson got beat onto that one, and I gotta count Darby a little bit lucky on that challenge right there. It looks like Wilson got beaten. She just tried to body off the Oakville striker. As this game will still remain 3-1 for the Blue Devils, but the tensions are rising a little bit here between these two teams. Not only the temperature, it's the play. Thornton able to bring that ball front shot. Yaku still reads that. She passes over to Yaku. Yaku's through ball and finds Ali. Ali's on the edge of the penalty area trying to get away from Wilson once again. And Ali's still looking towards the referee. It seems like Wilson's been all over the back of her and the referee hasn't given her anything for her. As the play still going, will continue to try to get this place in. Nami avoids the first challenge, able to find herself through the second challenge. She's not going to try to see if she tries a shot onto goal, but that won't have much power onto that one. As Erickson's able to jump towards her left and make the loose ball grab. Great pressure coming out from the Blue Devils. They want to finish this game. They want first place in the League One Ontario standings. Gets it up towards Elman. Nalhado though gets in the way of her as Merrigan's going to play it over. It looks like we have a second substitution coming in soon for Darby FC. That's a good job there from Wilson. Gets away from Ali once again. And Darby FC trying to see if they can get them to attack the other way. But Hopkins she was a bit flat-footed there and wasn't able to go on to the attack. That allowed some time for Hamdi to play it back towards their keeper to hit this ball up the field. Itkin does well to win that ball in the air. Heads it on to Elman. Elman looking for some support. Finds into the midfield with Chia. Chia trying to pass that one up. Can't find Hopkins once again as Hamdi intercepts. And now Darby putting in some pressure on this Oakville defense. Overlap run coming in here from Harvey. Hustling. Side. On to this. Trying to play this one to the middle. That takes a deflection off a leg and she's going to go through as the assistant referee called for an offside there. She put the flag down. She got shaken off. As here comes the substitution and it's Kira Barton coming into the game. She's going to replace Nicole Haynes. So a change in the left fullback position coming in for
Darby FC substitution. Leading the field is number 13, Nicole Haynes.
So a bit of an
entering the field, number 10, Kyra Barton. Time of the substitution, 59 minutes.
Those runs up the field herself, so keep an eye out for her to not only play strong defensively, but join her team onto the attack whenever needed. Now they gets the ball up front. Places this tries to force it into the middle for Ali, and this time Cook lands hard with her. And Cook is saying that she dove onto that one, having some more words with the referee, but Ali coming up a little bit struggling after that collision. As Cook was trying to explain that it was shoulder to shoulder, it sounds like. The referee not listening, as there'll be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area for the Oakville Blue Devils. A great spot to try to increase their lead as we're close to the hour mark in this one. 5 players in the wall for Erickson. Looks like we see Strategakis ready on this one. Ali holding her left shoulder. A little bit limp here, but looks like she's ready and she wants to fire this one into the goal. Won't be surprised if she wants to take this set piece. Looks like she's called Strategakis off, and like we said, when you get a foul like that one, you want to do everything you can to make them pay for that. And she's going to try and do so here. Nice, there goes the free kick just over the bar though. A little bit too much onto that one. And we'll go out for the goal kick. The ball through Erickson up the middle of the field. It's going to get bounced around as Ali tries to backheel it there. Moves it on. Settled in by This pass though gets blocked by Chia. Now Darby FC trying to go on a counterattack the other way. It's a 4-on-4 break. Hipkin struggling to keep that one in place. She is able to. And this time it'll go out though for an Oakville throwing. Again, we've seen those deep throws. She's going to use it once again. Catches the back here of Ali, and Barton doing a great job getting that ball in. Now Barton's going to try and see if she can lead Darby on her attack. She tries to play a ball in, but Berrigan puts the leg out and is able to block that through ball. Strategakis gets knocked out by Cook. And that'll be a free kick, and Cook's got to be careful. That's a couple fouls on her in the last few minutes. Malado's going to play this one in short for Cliff, and the play will resume. Cliff trying to drive that one up the middle, trying to find Yaku. Wilson gets there first, she hits that one high into the air. Ali with the side volley. Erickson follows the rebound, but she's able to recover on the second one, and she's able to make the save. Ali picks up that loosened ball, and that's why she's one of the most potent strikers in League One, men's or women's. Give her an opportunity just to have any sort of chance off the goal, and she'll try to make you pay. She was able to pick up that loose ball and almost fire that one into the back of the net. The 1-2 off the play from Yaku. Can't find the return pass. He does it. Why don't he'll go out for a throw. Gets off the edge of a couple Oakville players into the midfield. Gordon puts it right back into danger instead of putting it out to the field. Barton, though, is able to pick it up for Darby as they're trying to clear themselves out of danger. Not able to, but they do win themselves throwing. Darby's just trying to slow down this play a little bit. Trying to see if they can catch themselves a break to try to make this back in towards a one-goal game. It's 3-1 for the Oakville Blue Devils over Darby FC here in this seeding match. And a game which very possibly we're going to see in the League One Ontario playoffs. If this game and result remains the same, it will be Oakville versus Darby FC in the first round of the League One Ontario playoffs. As you see Oakville getting ready to make a substitution themselves. Battled into the midfield, picked up. They try to play with a 1-2 with Hipkin, and she looks like Hopkins got a little bit knocked off of her as Oakville will make the substitution on this free kick. Lorena Hamdi, the change in the defense, will be coming out here for the Blue Devils, and Talia Marino Sierra will check into the game for the Oakville Blue Devils. So a change in the center backs. So like we said, in this type of temperatures here, you can't really be taking any chances. Put on any fresh legs whenever you can. And as you're trying to hold on to the lead here, putting on an extra pair of legs in the backfield always helps out as Wilson gets to that ball off of the free kick. Tries to backhead that one, but it'll go out towards for the goal kick. They said Darby FC is coming in as one of the hottest teams though in League One, undefeated in their last 5 games prior to this match. So can't be counting them out here even after this game. This is kind of like a warm-up game if this result stays the same between the two teams, as we'll see them once again face off. And both teams will know what to expect. As Darby FC, we've seen they can count actually on those counter-attack opportunities. As there's a dangerous pass there from Cook, as Eriksson will hit this one away. Ali putting some great forecheck onto that one, putting some pressure onto the Darby FC goalkeeper, making her hustle to get onto the end of that one. They have an update over on the other League One Ontario action. Vaughan has taken a 1-0 lead over FC. So it looks like with the current results right now, Vaughan will finish in the second place position and possibly play against either in Ottawa or in Oshawa, depending on the tie-break scenario. So there's a lot of tie-break scenarios that will be happening here after today, as we have a lot of teams tied on the same amount of points with the same amount of records. Ali dancing around 3 players. Tried to do a pullback, but Wilson will be there, and she's going to work with Chia to get this ball up. Thornton. Kraft tries to play a through ball up. She's trying to get onto Hopkins, but Elman not giving up on that one. From L1OW clears that one away. Harvey wants to take this ball up quickly, but it's going to be a substitution for the Blue Devils that's going to happen instead. As we will be Rosal Jemmy coming up from Jenny Wolver will come into the game.
Blue Devil substitution. Leaving the field, number 16, Rosalind Kayemi. Entering the field, number 18, Jenny Wolver. Time of substitution, 67 minutes.
Ali's going to try and send up the middle for Shadagakis. Shadagakis will get to this ball first. She's going to try and drop it by. Final can't reach that one. And this time it will be Eriksson who will win the 1v1 battle, as those two have been going on. And Shadagakis once again just finding herself in behind as Darby FC defense after a great play that was brought out from the Oakville attack. And this time Shadagakis will just hit that one wide of goal. She'll try to go for the far corner as Eriksson coming out of her net, challenging, covered off any near post situation. Taking this one short back to L1OW as Oakville will put this one into play. They want to put this game into bed with just over 20 minutes left to go here. This League One Ontario women's broadcast as they lead Darby FC 3-1. They want to see if they can add a fourth. Make sure Darby will have a chance. They might have the chance here. Shadagakis to the substitute over. Eriksson sticks out the leg and she's able to make a key block. As the substitute Oliver, almost with her first touch of the game, almost found herself on the score sheet. Here comes Hopkins now the other way. Up for Cook, who's making a run up from center back position. She's going to have a go from distance, this Cook. And that won't trouble Eriksson as well if she's able to settle that ball with the foot and take off a few seconds off the clock before picking that ball up. But Darby FC looking towards any of their players right now, see if they can find a little bit of a force or a little bit of a spark on their team to try to see if they can find themselves back into this game. And the center back there with Cook trying to see if Wilson gets stripped of the ball. Ali, not the player you want to lose it to, trying to get a shot. Like a couple of players coming in on the far post. No notably strategetics, but she chose to go for the goal there and didn't get much onto that one, as Erickson was able to get down and make the save. Ali once again. Ali trying to work her way forward, but that one got by Harvey. And now Harvey wants to lead and attack the other way, as she's going to play it forward onto the right side for Hopkins. Again, Ali had a couple options there, taking too much time, I think, on that attack. She settled down, and that allowed Darby FC to put their head up. Maybe if they were able to just play that passing quick at those two players coming in on the far post, might have gone to the end of that pass and had an opportunity to get onto goal. Nice little job there on the defense. Marino Sierra making her first impact onto the game, able to take that ball away from Illman, and it'll be a corner kick incoming here for Darby FC, one of their very few in this game for them. And they're going to try and see if you, on these set pieces, if they can create some magic. It's an in-swinger, as everyone's set up towards the far post, so expect some near post runs, as that one does get played towards the near post, but nobody made a run. So I'm not too sure if that was the design there, or they were hoping to get a far post corner, as that near post side was left quite exposed, and as that ball was played in, Yerxa had enough time of day to go over, reach over to get that ball, as the referee will signal time for the water break in this hot day.
Once again, there'll be a short water break. Fans, for playoff information, tune into the league or team website when it gets updated.
Thank you to League One partner PO Regional Police for their continued support of women in sport. Know that you can always kick off your career with PO Regional Police. It's more than you think. Visit popolice.ca to find out how a career in soccer and policing go hand in hand. And make sure for all your information of rosters, match previews, recaps, and video photography, and more, as well as your playoff information, go to League1Ontario.com. All matches are recorded and available on the League One Ontario YouTube channel, so make sure to like and subscribe and check out all the games going on as you miss it. We'll be back. Ready for the last 18 minutes plus stoppage time here in this League One Ontario Women's Broadcast out of Sheridan College in Oakville, Ontario. The Oakville Blue Devils lead at Darby FC 3-1 here in this tough game here, not only in the heat but in the play. Both the two teams have played strong. But like we mentioned, if this result stays the same, we're going to be seeing Oakville Blue Devils versus Darby FC in the playoffs as well in the opening round, with Oakville having the home field advantage in the second leg. The playoffs will be two-legged affairs between both teams, home and home set. So the lower-ranked team having the first game and the higher-ranked team having the home field on the second game. So when there possibly needs to be an added time after the two games, you still have that home field advantage in a way to be able to secure the result. As here comes the final substitution coming in here for Darby FC. It'll be Jordan Thornton coming out of the game, and Brooke Bolton will be coming in. So all three substitutes have been used for Darby FC. Bolton will come into the game.
Darby substitution. Leaving the field, number 15, Jordan Thornton. Entering the field, number 12, Brooke Bolton. Time of the substitution, 74 minutes.
This one's going to get flicked on as Harvey will body that one out of play. That looks like coming into the game, we'll shift into a center back position. So Cook has now gone up to more of a cam. So we have two strikers at the top. So Illman and Hopkins are now the two strikers up top. Cook has gone up to an attacking midfield. And they're just going to do three at the back, it looks like, with Harvey, Wilson, and Bolton being the three players in the back line now for Darby FC. As moving up the field will be Barton, who is now on to the right wing for Darby FC. So Darby recognizing, well, we're down 2 goals. A loss doesn't make a difference for them. They might as well go for it and try to tie this game, because even a tie for Darby would prove huge for them in the standings. But Oakville 100% needs a win here today to keep first place, as Vaughn is now leading 2-0 over Aurora in that game. And if Vaughn would pick up a victory and there's a tie here in this game, Vaughn would take the first place position due to the head-to-head between these two teams. They feeling very comfortable here, and this one, 2 goals coming in from Sarah Shadagakis in the first half, and Mahir Ali picking up yet another goal onto her tally here onto this one in the second half. Gave them a huge 2-goal lead into this one. You can't count out Darby FC. They've been pinching away, but they haven't challenged Yerkes much in the second half. They had a great chance in. Yerkes brought down the charging Hopkins coming out to goal. Earned herself a yellow card, but honestly, you take a yellow card any day over a short goal, and that's what Yerkes did in that. As they have a ball played in the left side, Hipkins going to try to hustle, but she can't reach onto the end of that one, however, as Oakville now getting thrown onto the far side of the field. With the current results standings right now, we would have Oakville finishing the season in first place. Vaughan would go into second. FC London would fall themselves into third position, while Woodbridge, coming from 7th place, moves all the way up to 4th position and gets some home field advantage as they will jump into the 4th place position. We're going to have to look towards tie breaks to settle in between Alliance, Ottawa, and FC Oshawa. We'll make sure to check out the website to see how that all pans out. And it would be Darby FC who picks off the 8th and final playoff spot. And they will have their match against Oakville Blue Devils in the opening round. Harvey with some time now. Plays it right through the middle with Kraft, tries to play low 1-2. Harvey does well to keep that one in as Barton's just going to put this one on towards Hopkins. Back for Harvey, hooks it up, tries to get it up to Cook. Cook is up the field. Leaves it for Chia. Chia's pass finds Barton. Barton's got a couple of jerseys around her. She's trying to find her way around. She does win herself a throw-in though. No, says the assistant referee. And that's unfortunately a missed call. Looks like they are from the two that both players were battling for that one and just didn't see who that one hit off of last. But from our point of view, it looked like that was a Darby FC throw-in, but the action still will continue as Darby was almost able to get to that one right after throwing, but Oakville will almost try to pick that one in the midfield, but Yaku has that one bounce over her leg as Darby's Cook tries to carry that ball up like this, doing a great job hustling back and takes it off for her. She'll head it back towards her keeper. Inside play. It's an on-4 Boulevard. Ali gets that one blocked and it gets cleared aside for a throw-in. She's looking for any options, but the problem is the white jerseys, and we talked about this in the first half. In these temperatures, Darby FC is going to be finding themselves very tough with just 3 changes, having to deal with this heat and the play coming in from Oakville. Will they be able to last the 90 minutes? And you're seeing right there, as when that ball goes to Erickson, they use that time, okay, let's catch a breather, rather than let's charge up the field and try to get a goal. You know what, you gotta respect the hustle, as they're gonna try to hustle them way up the field as they get settled in by Kraft. Kraft's gonna take a look from distance, not getting much onto that one, and Erickson's just gonna hang on to this one, play with the ball a little bit as the clock continues to tick. From Erickson, that's going to go over the head of Wilson. Wilson, though, will head it back towards the keeper. That's always the risk. When you have that great kick in, you're able to get that over the defense. You got to make sure your attacker knows that and gets onto the attack quickly, because that's almost an assist onto a goal if you're able to connect with an attack on that situation. Over. Gonna try and drive away past Darby. And you would make sure that she would finish that one 9 times out of 10. And this one just hits off of the heel, it looked like, and it'll go over the bar for a goal kick. As another substitution's coming in here for Oakville Blue Devils. Layla Carboni will come into the game as she will replace Yaku to change into the midfield, as Carboni will find herself into the game now, as Oakville is going to look towards the bench here to finish off these final 10 minutes plus stoppage time into this one. As here comes that newly introduced player, fresh legs coming in for Carboni as he tries a shot. And that's a great way to make your entrance onto the field. But Erickson does well to make that save as she'll throw that one out for Cook. Yeah. And for Hopkins, Hopkins trying to find Barton, can't find right now. Wolver finding a little 1-2 to go the other way, but Harvey is able to intercept. Cook. Sit forward and can't find anybody. And just missing that connection between that midfield and the strikers right now for Darby FC. They're trying to just fight it through, hustle themselves out these final few minutes. Like I say, the game is starting to take its toll here on this team. Hipkin back towards the midfield. And this is how you do it. When you're tired, just pass the ball, work their way up to the team. And there we go. There's that great opportunity coming in through on the left side. Cross played in, trying to find Barton. But a good job there from Cliff, is able to block that one down. And now Oakville has an opportunity to go on the other way, as Wolver's trying to play it up, but not a good ball played from her, however. And that'll be settled in by Wilson, as now Darby will continue to go on the attack. Hipkin doing well to shake off her player. Now she's got some time to play across in. She'll find its way over to Cook. Cook on the edge of the penalty area. She fends in her shot. Second opportunity from Chia. Doesn't get much on that one. And that's going to be an easy catch in the air for Yerkson, as Corey Chia got on the end of that missed chance then from Cook. You don't want to throw it in that area. You will keep this one in play. She's going to utilize her keeper, Erickson, and she'll hit this one up for Barton. Smart play from the defense there. Although you can let that ball get out, take some time. It's a dangerous area to give up a throw in that area. So Cook, looks like she took a little bit of stumble. Not sure if she was trying an overhead kick, but she got caught in between there, but she was able to knock it forward.
She was trying to. She hit the ball.
Raft finds Chia. Hipkin tried to find Illman. That one just goes under the foot of Illman, and Oakville retains the ball. Over in for Vince. Ali. It's an over
to Wolver. As Wolver bounces around, finds a way to shut again. She takes the shot the first time. She falls down. They can't get the bounce. It looks like she tried to avoid the oncoming challenge from Darby. And this game is starting to open up. Like I said, the tired leg's starting to make an effect. And it's going to be offside for L1OW. And she does miss the goal, however, but it'll be an offside as this one gets called back for a free kick. But as you see, those tired legs start to get in effect here. You get to see a huge hole in that central midfield as the defense and attackers struggle to get back into position. And we're just going to see some strong gaps as these teams try to hustle it out in these final moments. Playing it short. In for Twaddle, who's slow. That's a great ball from Twaddle. Finds Wolver. She's got enough time and space. Will she be able to find any of her players? And that takes a deflection off of Wilson. Almost troubled Erickson, but she was able to hustle back. And it's always tough when they play deflections. You're expecting a cross. You almost have to shift your weight right back onto your opposite foot, as Erickson is able to do that and make the save. Twaddle. That ball up and get it forward. A little bit of a push there coming in from Carboni onto the back of Ultimate will get called. That'll be a free kick for Wilson. As all of Oakville players, they're retreated. That's going to allow Darby to enter their half. Harvey plays it forward and can't find any white jersey. And Yerk's a smart player right here. Gonna just play that ball. That would be bringing it all the way towards the edge of the penalty area. Continue to carry forward and make that kills off an extra 10-15 seconds. But she's not going to be that cruel. She'll pick it up onto the edge of her goal area and boot it up the field. Battle there between Ali and Wilson. Neither of them could find it, but Wilson recovers first and she'll pass it back towards Erickson and boot it up the field. As that one will be too far to get over to Burton. And it'll go up for throw. As Oakville will make another substitution as coming out to the field will be their striker. Here Ali coming out of the game. She got a goal in the 53rd minute. And that's that crucial insurance goal, which puts them ahead by 2 here in this game. And she'll come off as she also got an assist on Stratigakis' second goal of the game. So we were replaced by number 2, O'Shea Laws. Striker position. Right on the line. Might have been in with Stratigakis, though not able to. And there'll be a throw-in for Darby. We hear some encouragement coming up from the captain. That's Tortilla. Yelling at your team to keep it going. Let's go. You know, that's the type of player, that's the type of leadership you expect to see. Trying to just urge the ladies on to finish up this game as Harvey's trying to find someone to throw this ball and finally gets it up to L1OW. And L1OW though can't find that ball off the air as the ball will find its way all the way back for Marina Sierra. Alhado under some attack as Hipkins going to try to go on the forecheck. That's it off now.
Oakville substitution.
Laws is going to leave it over now to Carboni.
At 87 minutes, leading the game.
Tries to cross it.
Number 19, Mahira Ali.
Bolton will be able to clear that one away for a corner kick.
Entering the game, number 2, O'Shea Laws. Time of the substitution, 87 minutes.
Stratigakis tries to go up high to get to that one. She can't reach that one. She'll pass it off towards Laws. You can't keep that one in play. Check that, it was an offside going against Laws. She tried to hustle up our team, so it's going to be a free kick instead for Darby FC. We're reaching the 88th minute plus a stoppage time as Oakville Blue Devils are just a few moments away from picking up the shield and first place position in the League One Ontario standings.
with a huge victory over Darby, but Darby won't give up here as they're going to try and hustle to get to one, as that through ball though can get to Hopkins, as Yerksa will come out of her goal easily from the two shielded defense. Carboni does well to win that one in the air, as that one continued to roll and roll on the touchline, but finally finds its way out of play deep into Darby territory for the throw-in. So make sure to stay tuned on www.league1ontario.com to find out how the final results shake up all the standings. We've talked through a little bit of what the final results are going to be so far, but some still to be decided. So make sure to take a look in here and find out how do you get tickets for your favorite teams to find out who plays who in the two-legged quarterfinals that is coming in starting August. So we know who the top 4 should be, and we know who 8th will be. It'll be the 5 to 7, which will be the interesting routes as Williver gets the ball in the corner. She plays a hard drive in. Bolton though gets to that one, clears it as far as Viss, and Viss tries from distance as she is able to get a nice little boot on that. Great power, just couldn't find the bottom corner. That one finds its way wide of the goal and out for the goal kick. As we're going to have a look here towards the 4th official here, Daniel Bedurian, on the additional time here in this game. It looks like, from my point of view, it looks like a 4. As this one's going to...
The 4th official has indicated that there'll be a minimum of 4 minutes of added extra time. A minimum of 4 minutes of added extra time.
As we're just 4 minutes away to see these two teams get matched up in the League One Ontario playoffs. Over, not able to turn away. As it's over to Cook. Cook with a boot up, trying to get it up for Illman. Able to find her. Illman will leave this one back towards Hopkins. Hopkins is going to play through ball towards Hipkin, down towards the left corner. That one gets pulled aside from her, and Darby will get an opportunity. They got to throw in deep into Oakville territory late into this game as Bolton's hustling from her defensive position to take this throw-in. Can they find a way onto the goal of Rachel Yerksa? Said Oakville already on a 3-game winning streak coming into the game, ready to make it 4. And that's the type of momentum you want to have leading into the playoffs. As here comes the throw-in. Hipkin able to control it, sends it back for Bolton, who plays across in. Unfortunately, that's what we've seen. Just nobody in sight in white jersey played in one of those touches. And that's going to give some extra time for Oakville's goalkeeper to pick up that ball. She'll play down the field to try to get onto the run of Williver, who's done a great job since coming off the bench. Her and Carboni, some fresh legs down the wings. The Oakville players have utilized them as they have had that little bit of extra oomph onto them. This one though just goes out of her reach. Check that throw in. Second opportunity for Harvey. Trying to find Hopkins down the line. Can't find her either time. As coming in for some support is Cook. Cook will hit it over to Hipkin, and now Hipkin's going to try to paddle her way through Merrigan. She does well as she tries a left foot strike. Not much on that one, but that's some positivity moving forward there from Violet Hipkin as she was able to drive her way past Carter Merrigan to be able to get an opportunity on the goal. As they haven't really challenged Rachel Yerksa as much in the second half as they did in the first. The little plays like that are some plays to look forward to. But okay, you know what? Moving on towards the playoffs, these are the plays we can make for this team. Good battle on the far side, yet another throw in. Maybe enough time for one more rush oncoming here for Darby FC for the final whistle. Some good time wasting being done here. As this is going to be taken good quickly. Try to find Hopkins, can't find her as tries to get cleared away by Carboni. That one will go as far as Kraft. Kraft back from Bolton finds Hipkin. Hipkin into the left corner. She tries to play a ball, and that gets blocked. She might get a second opportunity. Yes, she will, and this one will find Cook, and Cook tries. But it looks like that one took a deflection. Erickson will hustle to keep that one into play as she'll kill off some seconds onto the clock. At this time, we want to make sure to thank the partners for League One Ontario, Gatorade, Peel Regional Police, Vibrant Power, Canadian Food and Plastic, Sports Engine, and Mobile. Thank you all for your support, as well as the domestic British Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer for the support of League One Ontario Soccer. There was a hard challenge there between Laws and Barton. And Barton is coming up holding her head here as she's going to need a few seconds to get back onto her feet. Looks like Martin getting some help here from her teammates, getting some extra drink. Looks like she got the wind knocked out of her on that one. Looks like she's going to try and continue here in these final moments. This will be a free kick for Olivia Cook to send this one in deep and see if they can find an FC Darby body in front of the net. That one gets as far as Cliff, a second opportunity, and it gets caught. Bolton try to go for goal as there goes the full-time whistle, and it's first